So by this point in the evening, you've been through an emotional roller coaster, right? I mean, all these stories have been amazing, but you've definitely hit the highs and lows of your feelings, and you're not done yet. Okay, we got a lot left in this evening, and I'm going to talk about something that has, without a doubt, ravaged your emotions every single year. And that thing is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I know that I'll knock on wood and say my Hail Marys tonight because I know we're doing pretty damn well right now. But it has not always been easy being an Eagles fan, has it? My dad was one of their biggest fans. And he would be very tactical about how he would go about his ways of being a fan. If he was at the stadium for a game that they lost, he wouldn't go back all season. If he was at home on his couch for a game that they won, then you could be sure that you were getting an RSVP of no to next week's birthday party, christening, or the rising of the dead from Elvis. He wasn't going. He needed to be in the exact spot that he was the week before. He took his moves to the churches, and he would check his wallet for the dollar bills that were minted in Philadelphia, and those were the ones that he would offer up to God at collection at Mass. My dad lived and breathed for Sundays in the fall. We all did. There was raviolis and meatball on the stove, garlic bread in the oven. Friends and family poured through the door with their Eagles green and their Eagles jerseys on, and we'd gather in the living room for the coin toss. My dad would offer up his final plea to God for an Eagles win, and then it would be game time. And the progression of the quarters saw footballs flying down the field, profanities flying across the living room, compulsive hand waving, aggressive napkin throwing, and then his superstition really took over, and he would pluck each one of us up and move us around the living room into a different seat because where we were sitting was affecting the defense. It's like it was his bat signal to God. And you just imagine God sitting around with the saints talking about war and poverty and famine. And he's like, oh, you know what? I gotta go. Gary from Narstown is rearranging everybody. So it's getting really serious. We'll pick this up later, guys. But we didn't know if all his superstition and his spiritual ways about the Eagles really worked, but we went along with it. And we saw the holy grail of this in 2010 at the Miracle of the New Meadowlands game. I'm sure some of you remember exactly where you were for that game. But at this point, it's 8 minutes left in the game. The Eagles are down by 21 points. Half of the fan base has completely turned the game off. They're so disgusted by the birds. But not us. We have faith because my dad has made us believe. He said that you have to be willing to believe in your team. You have to believe that anything is possible. And that's what happened. We saw a game-changing play, and all of a sudden, we're doing the math, we're looking around at each other like, oh my God, this might actually happen. It's damn near impossible, but the Eagles might do this. We're so far on the edge of our seats, we're basically out of them. We're inching closer towards the TV with every play, and then it happens. Deshaun Jackson runs the ball back for a touchdown at the end of the game for an Eagles victory. We go nuts. We're running around, screaming, chanting the Eagles fight song, finding ourselves in an interlocked hug in the middle of the living room, jumping up and down. It was one of the best moments of my life that I will always remember. We lost my dad a couple months ago, and I haven't been able to watch the games the same way. but I've found my way back to the game, and my family are all texting each other saying, oh, get up, change your seat. We got to do something to help the defense. And as I stand here before you, the Eagles are 8-1. The best in the entire National Football League. So don't tell me it's coincidence that the year that my father has a direct line to the big guy in the sky, that the Eagles are doing the best they've done in decades. Now, we may never know the real reason for this, but I am willing to believe.